I have been shooting for a number of years now. I've shot semis, pumps, bolt actions, and lever action firearms. All these actions are unique in their own right, and all of them have different advantages over each other. From a practical viewpoint, one action may be better for your needs than the other. As an example, I prefer to use a semi-auto rimfire rifle for small game hunting because I can keep my eye on target if it moves, you can have quicker follow-up shots, and it is less stress on my buggered shoulder. But this video is not on what action is most practical, that video has already been done. This video is about which action I find is the most fun and enjoyable to shoot. One of the positives with shooting a rimfire rifle is the low cost for the ammo. It is cheap, and you can shoot all day without breaking the bank. Not only does that mean you can have a good small game rifle or a specialised target rifle that you can shoot all day and practice with, but you can just have a fun quirky rifle that is great for plinking with for the whole afternoon. If you're like me, you may have shot a bunch of different rimfire rifles with various or even the same actions. Some of the semis I've shot are the legendary 1022, a Sportco 87A, Winchester Wildcat, Magtech 7022, Rossi 7022, and many more. But this video is not on the rifle itself, but on the types of actions. To start off with, we have an old classic, a bolt action rifle. Bolt actions are a staple in the world of firearms. Where I am from, a majority of farmers own at least one bolt action 22 long rifle. They are almost always reliable, and they usually have minimal faults. This is due to them not having a lot of moving parts. They tend to be more accurate than a few semis, but with modern technology, a lot of semis are now on par in the accuracy department with bolt action rifles. A good bolt action rifle is an excellent firearm for teaching someone new to learn on. I used to mainly use my CZ452 2E American for small game hunting, but now I mainly use semis for various reasons. As a plinking rifle, I love to stretch out to see how far I can shoot with the CZ452 and extend the distance from 25 meters all the way out to 200. But in all honesty, shooting a bolt action a lot does become a bit boring and stale after a while. Next up is perhaps the second most popular rimfire action, the semi-automatic. Semi-automatic rimfire rifles are a great tool for small game hunting, and they genuinely are extremely fun to shoot. There are a large variety of semi-automatic rimfire rifles on the market. Many of the rifles can also be modified to suit your wants and your needs. One of the most popular semi-automatic 22 long rifles is the legendary 1022. Genuinely, the 1022s are reliable, but the best thing about them is their aftermarket support. If you think the standard stock on a 1022 is not that good, well, you can swap it out. You can put in a different trigger assembly, different bolts, bolt handles, barrels, and much more. There's also a large assortment of semi-automatic rimfire rifles that are quirky in their very own right. One of these quirky rimfire rifles is the Sportco Model 87A. The Sportco 87A was originally made by Steven Savage, but eventually multiple other companies like Sportco started producing their own rifles. These rifles were nicknamed the Gill Gun because of the gas vents on the left side of the rifle, and it was also called the Click Clack because of the sound the action makes when the rifle's being operated. I have made a more in-depth video on this rifle which explains its quirkiness. The link will be in the description. I could shoot a semi-automatic 22 long rifle all afternoon and not be bored, but I still do not believe it is the most enjoyable action to shoot. The lever action rifle has been romanticized in movies, video games, and novels since the days of the Wild West. They are a staple in cinema and on our TV screens. A lot of us love the look and the feel of old Henrys and Winchester rifles from the Western era, even though a lot of us could never afford an original Western era lever action rifles. So many of us lean towards a good quality lever action rimfire rifle. Today, if I was going to pick up a brand new lever action rimfire rifle, I would get either a Henry or a Browning. Admittedly, the Henry is cheaper, and it feels way more like a traditional Western style lever action rifle compared to the Browning. But for now, my Uberti Silverboy will do. The Silverboy is by no means a bad rifle, but it is extremely fussy on ammo, like a woman trying to decide what she wants for dinner. But when shooting any ammo made by CCI, the Uberti Silverboy works flawlessly. The feel of cocking a lever is awesome, and the feeling of hitting your target at 100 meters with basic iron sights again feels awesome. There's something about shooting lever action rifles that feels great and fun. More fun than a semi or a bolt. But even though shooting a lever action rifle is extremely fun, I do not believe it is the most enjoyable for me. Lastly is the pump action rifle, also known as the slide action. To a lot of non-firearms owners or even shooters, when they hear the words pump action, they will think of a pump action shotgun. This is predominantly because there are not a lot of modern day pump action rifles being manufactured, and there are even less rimfire pump action rifles being manufactured than centerfire rifles. The pump action 22 long rifle that I shoot is my Winchester 1890. I have also made a more in-depth video on the 1890. The link will be in the description as well. Nowadays, shooting a pump rimfire rifle does feel a bit gimmicky. However, there's something about a wee pump 22 long rifle that feels just right. I can shoot quicker and more accurately than with my lever action 22. There's something about pumping the action that feels great, but I still cannot put my finger on it. Maybe I find plinking with the 1890 so much fun because you do not see many pump rimfire rifles around nowadays. The action feels quirky, slick, and in a weird way, quite manly. The action is a bit gimmicky nowadays for a 22, but it also feels like I am shooting an important piece of history. As a history nut, I also love knowing the interesting past of the Winchester 1890 rifles, so maybe that is why I love shooting this particular rifle so much. So, in my opinion, which that opinion may not be worth that much to you, I find the pump action rimfire rifle is the most fun action you could shoot. There's something about the pump action rimfire rifles that is awesome and fun, but I can still not put my finger on what that is. Thank you all for watching. If you want to learn more about the Sportco 87A, the CZ452, or the Winchester 1890, please check out the links in the description. Please give this video a like and remember to subscribe. Thank you.